Okay, I'm a student at Mercer University, and I am in the process of developing my teaching methodology. So I wanted to share it with you all today. It's pretty fascinating, I think. First thing is I want to teach students to see what I'm teaching. So the first methodology is teaching to see. There are a lot of abstract concepts, and a lot of times when you can't see it, you can't understand it and learn it. So teaching to see by using metaphors and using concrete objects to help them see what it is I'm teaching. Another one is teaching to the wall. If I teach to the wall and I make sure the wall gets what I'm saying, more than likely I'm going to reach through every student. Because if they have those invisible walls up and I'm teaching to the wall, then I'm going to teach on a different level. I'm not teaching to a human being that's I hope can get it. I'm actually teaching to something that's not even real. Like they say, praise until the rocks cry out. I'm going to teach till the walls can hear me. Also teaching inside out, teaching from the inside out. First is coming into class and having the students reach out to get what I'm saying. I'm going to reach inside of them to see where they already are and bring the technology out, if that communicates. Being agile. Things are always changing, always moving. Behavior, emotions, attitudes. So being agile has you to be flexible. So you don't get stuck in one way of being. Like, okay, what worked yesterday? Guess what? May not work today. But if you're agile, you're able to distinguish that and make an adjustment. You never know what emotions you're going to have, what emotions the kids are going to have, what's going to come up that day. But if you're rigid, you won't be able to adjust to the change. And just because you taught something yesterday in a particular way doesn't mean you're going to teach it the same way today, because something has altered, something has changed. So being agile is very important. Distinction induced and artifact induced. So whenever I'm teaching a concept or theory, making sure that distinction is in the space so that the children are always interacting with that artifacts, they're always interacting with that distinction. So an example could be if I'm teaching first graders how to add double-digit numbers. As opposed to them getting hung up on, I can't remember what to do and this is hard. I keep bringing back digits, keep bringing back the numbers, keep bringing back the math fact so that they are bumping up against the math fact versus bumping up against the stuff of it's hard or I can't do it or I don't know how. And then with that, that coincides with space induced. So having a space for them to grapple with the material. Like sometimes you may think that they're supposed to get it because it was explained this way or that way. So having a space for them to grapple with it doesn't have me want to get immediate gratification from me teaching. Like, this is so great, I came up with this great method and it's going to work, and then the kids don't get it, I'm automatically frustrated. But when I have that space induced, there's enough room for them to grapple, for me to see where they are, for them to see where they are themselves. And then gap induced, because there's going to be a gap. When you're learning something new or being introduced, there's a gap there. So you need to know how wide the gap is, where the gap is, so you know what to put in place, what props to put in place to help the students to grasp the concept. And that's what I've started to develop since I've been at Mercer since January 2012. I have great instructors. I love this school.